Hello everybody. In this video we are going to learn about the function. You guys familiar with the main function? This is a special type of function. Here you can see main function. Now I am going to make my own function. Let's quickly go through the definition of the function. A function is reusable that is a help to prevent doing one calculation again and again. It takes some parameter, performs some task, and return its result. But function does not always take parameters and return something. It can also do something on its own. There are many type of function. Function with parameters, function without parameters, function with default parameters, function with different return types, void function, the function which take value, a pass by reference function with the pointers. So these are the types of functions. Now I'm going to create very simple function that add to value. Here you can see uh, int is the integer return type of the function. It's all this function always if you can see here function type is int. So this addition function always return value integer type. Now in this section you can see I have defined x and y. These are the parameters of the function. Now we need to call the addition function in the main function. Here you can see our insert. Let's suppose uh, if I take two and three arguments, these in the main function, if I take any value in to calculate some task, this 2 and 3 will known as arguments of this function. So if I pass 2 and 3 to this function, and if I want to print the result, sorry, cout. You can see we got 5. I can call this function as many time I can. Let's suppose in answer 1, here you can see I have call addition function 1 again. Let's change their argument for, let's suppose 4 and 5. If I print answer 1, you can see our is sorry. Cout. You can see we got 4 and 9. So you can call this function or any function again and again as per your requirement. Let's move on to the function with default parameter. If I add one more value, more parameter, sorry, and I defined the value here. Let's call this function again. You can see I haven't passed z value here as an argument, but I got 6 and 10. 2 plus 3, 5 plus 1, 6. Here 4 plus 9, 4 plus 5 equal to 9 plus 1 equal to 10. So if I pass any default parameter in the function, then we don't need to uh, pass the value of argument in the main function. So we can, it will, this function will automatically assume that z value is 1. So this is an example of default parameter. Now let's move on to the function without parameters. Let's suppose we change this name, print number. Suppose 5. Here you can see I haven't passed any parameter to the print number function, but I have returned some value. It's 5. So when I call this function in the main function, I got result 5. So in the function without parameter, you need to call this function in the main function to perform their task, but you don't need to pass any parameter because this function do not take any parameter. So here you can see we got 5 after calling this function to the main function. Now let's move on to the void function. Void function is a function, it means it doesn't return any value. Let's understand through example. Let's suppose void print number in this example you can see void function. uh, it's it's here void function do not returning it's not returning anything. It's printing some value or like doing some calculation of 4 plus 5. If I call this function in the main function, here you can see after running we got our result 9. So in the main function, when we use void function in the main function, we just only need to specify the function call, and it will automatically done the task its own. We don't need to print anything about this function in the main function, because you can see this function not returning anything. It's doing their task its own. So we just need to remind the main function that this function is exist, and you can see we got our result 9. Let's do one more problem on void function. Suppose we are let's do some I equal to 0, comma n equal to 5, while I less than n, sorry, cout I and there. I need to just call this function in the main function. Let's run this. Oh, I need to increment this. Stop. One. Here you can see our result 0 to 4, because I is less than n, and I have just called this function to the main function, and if I call this function multiple times, and you can see the result. It's printing 2 times, 0 to 4 and 0 to 4. Now let's pass some value, some parameter in this thing. Let's suppose int n and a string text. Here you can see I have defined. You can pass multiple type of parameter in a function as well. Here you can see I have passed a string type text, and let me print this thing. Let's suppose I give some space between I and text. For now if I let's call this thing here the parameter 5. Here I need to simply call text. If I run this thing, you can see our result. Take it global, take it global, take it global. If I call this function again, suppose 2 times, you can see take it global 0 to 4 and then take it global 0 to 1. So that's it for today. In the next video, we will learn about the function passed by reference and pointer. Thank you for watching.